The sunken galleon is a phenomenal set. It's really a full-size galleon that looks like it's been sitting at the bottom of the ocean for 1,000 years.
In here, they get attacked by these soldiers. And the stunt guys are practicing. There's a huge fight that happens.
It's one, you don't sleep easy when you know it's coming up. We had to pick a gap through a 45-degree angle, which made the hole we were going through even smaller at a super high speed while inverting and twisting.
Excellent. Cut it.
Well, the advantage is the explosion of the statue could knock them back to wherever we want them to be. Manta could land over there. I mean, it's not a bad thing to actually move the statue over a little bit. Yeah. The problem is, if I move the statue over here, Manta only has this place to come. So if Manta comes here, now the trajectory is going this way, right? Well then, okay, if we put the statue back here, then Manta can come up that way. Because if Mirror is over here, she's gonna want to run that way, and we need maybe Merc's men to come up, boom, land over here. You know, right? So maybe we have a few flanking Manta, you know, and then like two others, like, you know, or two or three others, right? So kind of surrounding them. Yeah, so that when she tries to step forward here, these men land here and try and cut her off.
So we're on shooting day 59. Today is August the 3rd, and we're sitting right now on the Sicily set.
We were going to shoot in Sicily. Erice is the name of the town.
We were originally going to shoot in Erice until they found out what we wanted to do there.
All the destruction that you'll see in Sicily, that's like Black Manta's responsibility. So I take full credit for the trouble that we caused.
At the end of the day, going to Italy and working in a historical town wasn't going to work for us if you're going to blow stuff up.
Are you not entertained?
So we built literally a whole portion of the town. It was really beautiful, actually. It turned out great.
It is a perfect replica of the town of Erice in Sicily.
We would sit here at the little cafe and have our lunch and feel like we're in Italy. It was fun.
I love this set. It's quite an ambitious thing, and you don't get to do this very often. This is very old school.
The lighthouse is really one of the most central locations for our film, and it's the opening of our movie, so it's such an important sequence.
We were looking for landscapes that would be reminiscent of Maine, and for the most part, Australia doesn't look like Maine.
We found this extraordinary location in New South Wales called Hastings Point, and Bill built an entire lighthouse there.
What we're building here is a lighthouse, and if you're going to build a house on a beach, you got to build it so the wind won't blow it away. We're literally dropping it right on top of this park with heavy weights so it doesn't blow away. We're not digging into the ground. We're not doing any ecological damage. So that was probably the biggest challenge. And it's a brilliant location. It's all the rocks and everything exposed, just like you would see in New England.
Doesn't matter how good the VFX guys are, they still can't get it as good as the real thing.
It really helps set the scene and gets everybody emotionally involved. That's a layer to doing things real that you can't get with digital scenery.
It was nice being able to go and actually be in the ocean so that it wasn't all in the studio. That was fun.
The day I actually went out to the lighthouse, the whales were there. They come to say hi. Then the crew just sort of stopped for a moment while we sort of gazed at the whales.
costumes help us take that journey from dark, brooding, reluctant hero into someone who's going to become the king. So by the end, he's wearing armor that came from the kingdom of Atlantis. So it needs to be majestic, it needs to be strong, and, you know, he also has to like it.
The first costume is pretty terrifying. It just basically looked like I was in spandex with gold and bright green. I haven't tried on my next one yet, so excited to put that on.
A lot of our job is getting it to a point where it's got enough of Jason in it and enough of Aquaman, the comic book hero, in it.
You know, Kim's great. She's like, rest assured, it'll be good. So I'm really excited to see when the next interview what it looks like, and then the next one what it looks like.
Super complicated suit because he's in so much water action. We needed something that would instantly wick, but was flexible enough. The problem with gold or metallic paints is on a flexible surface, the paint itself is kind of a metal, so as it moves, it wants to crinkle and wrinkle. And we tried probably 15 different variations of paints. We ended up developing a paint that was almost like a weatherproofing sealant that we reformulated to work with the rubber.
It's one of those rad moments, just him putting on the suit for the first time and walking through, and you're like, awesome. When I put it on, I think my kids were really close by, and I wanted them to see it. And, you know, it's the big, wide-eyed mouth gaping, and it just makes me smile. So, yeah, it's cool to be dad who's dressed up like that.
Wake up.
Pretty cool, huh? It's day 100.
We're just about to finish filming the last few days of Aquaman.
I've been doing this since January, and it's encroaching on November, so it's been a long process, and over the course of that time, it's become like a family here.
It's been a ride, that's for sure. It's been tiresome, and you can start to hear it. We're all exhausted, but got to work with my mentor, R.A. Rondell, to coordinate with him. It was just a dream come true.
Of course I've had fun. I mean, if you're going to be away from your family for a long time, which most of us have here, that's a tough pill to swallow, but we're in great company shooting a killer film with a bunch of fun people. It's a good life.
It was a real challenge, and it's a complicated movie. It's been a long, fun experience, and I'm sure when the movie comes out, it's going to be brilliant.
If this movie had no deadline, I didn't have a release date, I would just keep chipping away. I'll keep designing things. But when I get to a certain stage, I have to start putting my pen down.
We're super pumped to be here tonight in Los Angeles at the massive Aquaman premiere!
There he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Aquaman himself.
I'm just excited to see it, and it's gonna be a great night. Uh-oh, the shirt is coming off.
Okay.
The king means business.
You can't really make a movie like this without all the amazing artists and the actors that put all this together. It was so much fun. It was such a collaborative process, and I could not have asked for a better team to be with me on this film.